In 2004, a tsunami killed hundreds of thousands of people in Indonesia. But out of the devastation came inspiration for hope. It was the image of a solitary shoe washing up on the beach that really struck the nerve of businessman Wayne Elsey.
Yeah, it was just the beginning of a movement that has since provided 13 million shoes to people in more than 125 countries. He started the nonprofit organization called Soles for Souls and now writes about it in a new book. It is called Almost Isn't Good Enough. The Human Connection Changes Everything. Wayne joins us now on the Morning Blend. Welcome to the show. Good to have you here.
How are you guys doing?
It's a pleasure to have you here. It's unbelievable to think that you see a shoe on a beach and you're, now 13 million pairs of shoes have been given to people in over 100 countries. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel great, but you know, while we celebrate that, there's still 300 million children out there that don't have a pair of shoes. So while we've done 13.7 million pairs of shoes that we've distributed all around the world, there's still 300 million children that don't have a pair of shoes, if you can believe that.
That's a lot.
Talk us through the idea, the conception for this, because obviously, you know, someone say, you know, we see a lot of these pictures with the tsunami that just hit Japan and all that. We see these pictures and they touch our hearts, but one of the things you touch upon in your book is that we have all these intentions, but until you do something about them, almost isn't good enough.
That's right. Great title for a book, let me tell you. Well, you know, at the end of the day, on December 26, 2004, if I didn't get off the couch and do something when I saw that single shoe float up on the shore, you know, I'd be wrong. You know, but I got up and I engaged people, I enacted people to really get plugged in and donate their shoes. And what they did, they cleaned their closets out. You know, Holly, I hear that you have about 32 pair of extra shoes in your closet.
No, my kids do.
Your kids do,
okay. My kids.
Well, that's even better because there's a really cool way that people can get plugged in, you know. That's called Share a Pair right here in Milwaukee with stands fit for your feet. Take your kids, clean your closets out, take them to one of the stands locations, and let your kids know there's 300 million children just like them that don't have a pair of shoes.
And I think they're a lot more likely to part with them if they know that they're going to somebody who really needs them.
That's right.
Talk to you about the exercises that you talk about in your book, which is, you know, talking about absence of action, which is, again, that idea of if you don't do something, you're really not doing anything. You can think good thoughts and you can have good intentions, but they don't mean anything unless you do something. Is that the goal? Is it to motivate people to do other things like you're doing?
Yeah, my goal in the book is really to communicate just engagement. Just do something. You know, you may not believe in donating used shoes or cleaning your closet out, but just do something. Get off the couch and do something. There's a natural disaster happening in people's life all around the world. You know, every day something is happening. You know, when I was in 11th grade, my school teacher noticed something was wrong with me, and I talk about this in my book also, and I was literally going to commit suicide. I was ready to go. I was tired with my life. I was tired with everything that's happened, and she said, you matter. You can do anything if you want to, if you put your mind to it, and don't let the world get you down. And I spread that message all around when I talk, and yesterday I was in a high school, and after the talk, this boy came up to me and said, I needed to hear that. You know, I said, well, do me a favor. Every day, look in the mirror and say, I matter. So, you know, I want people to get engaged. I want people just to do something, to get off the couch. You know, we're very fortunate here. You know, we have a car, we have food on our plate. You know, I'm leaving here and going to Haiti. The average Haitian lives on $2 a day. They wake up every day worrying about what they're going to eat. And used shoes, for example, that you donate to Share a Pair at stands will go to Haiti. After they distribute the product here, they go to Haiti in what we call our micro business, our micro enterprise, and people are trading shoes for food. I was there in January. Somebody traded a used athletic shoe that somebody mowed the grass with for a goat.
Wow.
And I asked my translator, I said, what's going on here? And he said that she needs milk for her kid.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable is right.
I love the advice that you give, you know, because Tiffany was talking about, you know, good intentions, but you actually have to do something. And you don't actually have to do something as big as what you did to make a difference, because small things can create big changes. You also say, look out the windshield, not the rear view mirror. And I think most of us are stuck in this life of either looking in the past and thinking it was really great, or looking in the past and saying, oh, I wish I could have changed that.
Well, you know, it's funny you mention that, because if there's one chapter out of the 12 chapters of the book that's the hardest for me, is looking forward. You know, but there's a reason the windshield's so big. You know, you certainly can't drive in the rearview mirror. So, you know, in life, you know, people are nasty sometimes. People are mean, or stuff happens to you, and, you know, you got a choice. The first thing you do, get up and look in the mirror and say, look, I matter. I can do it. I'm not going to let this world get me down. And you have to forgive those people. And you have to look forward to a brighter day, because there is hope for whatever's going on in your life, whatever junk is happening, there is a better day for you. So you have to look out the windshield, not the rearview mirror.
And that's hard to do for a lot of people who are
very
in that
hard.
place. Like you talked about an absolute low when you were in 11th grade. One of the tips that you give is to get comfortable with chaos. How do you do that?
You just grip and rip is what I call it. You know, during the, you know, it's kind of like you guys this morning. Hey, you're 20 minutes early, Wayne. Get in here on set. You know, okay, great, no problem. But during the Haiti disaster, for example, in a course of 8 weeks, Americans cleaned their closets out, and we had 1 million pair of shoes come into our warehouse. 1 million pair of shoes. Well, we had 100,000 square feet rented. We had 40 tractor trailers filled, waiting to get in.
Wow.
We had actual truck drivers duking it out to unload quicker, but you just have to accept it. You know, I also talk in my book about just getting a good night's sleep, because tomorrow things look different. What may be chaos today, tomorrow morning at 6:30 when you wake up, or whatever time you wake up, it looks better. And you will be fresher, cleaner, and make better decisions by getting a good night's sleep.
I think that's a
it.
great tip. You're going to be out and about today. In fact, our guest right before you was talking about the fact that at his children's school they were collecting shoes for the cause, and you're going to be talking at some schools today, right?
Yeah, I'm in several schools around the community today, and the cool thing is tonight at Brookfield Mall, I'm really excited about this. We did this last night in another location, but tonight from 5 to 7 at Stands Fit for Your Feet, we're going to have a book signing. And this is really a great event for us, because, you know, I hope that somebody needs to hear that message of hope from me. And I hope that, you know, not that I can be an evangelist in that way, but I just hope that I can be an evangelist to somebody and say, look, you matter. You can do anything you want to put your mind to, and don't let this crazy, cruel world get you down. Just keep on getting up. So I'm hoping people can stop by and just meet me, whether they buy a book or not, but I just hope they can stop by and get a message of hope with that.
That's great. And I think it's such a good message for children to hear, too, so I'm glad that you're sharing it. Here's the information if you want to get a copy of Wayne's book, Almost Isn't Good Enough. You can go to the website soulsforsouls.org. And then again, tonight you can meet Wayne and get a copy of his book, have it signed in person from 5 to 7 at Stands Fit for Your Feet on Bluemont Road in Brookfield. Again, that's this evening from 5 to 7. And he was generous enough to bring us several copies to give away today. Here's the information. If you want to win a copy of Almost Isn't Good Enough, give us a call. 3 of you will win. Callers 8, 9, and 10. 414-799-4444 gets you a copy of Almost Isn't Good Enough.
A signed copy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great.
Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having
Really
me.
nice to
Great
meet you.
message.
Great.
Thank you.